this would have been such a good opportunity. I mean, listen,
really would've.
there's still time for Velterra to have a distinct, harsh Long Island accent. There's still plenty of time.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
The
I'm
Long
an
Island.
Askenazi.
Vo, what's going on in there in your little house? Hey, Vo. Excellent. Well, on that wonderful note, welcome everybody to session 9 of our Zholmyr. Can I pronounce my own world? Zholmyr Unbridled campaign. Yes, it's kind of crazy to think that this has been going on for 5 months now. Feels like we still kind of just started in a way, but so much has happened. But anyway, thanks for joining us and pulling a seat up at our table. Just, I guess, maybe some housekeeping to start. We have, with the holidays coming up, everyone is going to be very busy. There's going to be a lot happening, so we're going to be shifting our schedule ever so slightly, actually kind of a lot of slightly, as we move into the holiday season. So we are obviously playing today. We are going to play again directly next week instead of our normal 2-week break between sessions. And then hopefully, maybe we'll see if we can pull it off. We'll try to get one more session in as well. Probably a weeknight session, something a little bit different than what we normally do. But definitely, hopefully we can kind of get like a big finale before we take a little bit of a pause for the break. And then after that, we will see you in 2025 to continue the story. But for now, let's actually talk a little bit about where that story is at, shall we? So, last session, we opened with the party in the streets of Scarport, where they were attacked by a sudden manifestation of elemental mud creatures. And as Elaine brought down a big ol' smite on the last standing foe, who but Niall Arison appears, delivering the killing blow with an ice knife. Turns out that he had sought out the party and pledged to help them in whatever way he could, both as a means of thanking them for all that they had done for him and for his late mother. And also to kind of shirk the authority of Captain Garland and give her the old middle finger after she tried to strong-arm him. Well, after she successfully strong-armed him and continues to try to do so. So the party ends up recruiting Niall to guide them up into the mountains, which is their current target destination. And it's an area that Niall knows very well, having just led a similar group up there not too long ago. But first they rested up a little bit at the Arison Manor, where Davina was gifted a stunning black fox fur coat. And then after that, the group decides not to waste any time, and they make a sneaky escape from Scarport and head up into the wind and the cold of the Drowworm Mountains. On the first day of the journey, Violet finally divulges to Davina the extent of her strange connection with the Golden Feather. But she reassures her that Violet remains in full control of herself and her actions, always.
Always.
Our mechanical friend Elaine has another strange experience during the evening. Where she sees a few different visions and moments, maybe memories, maybe dreams, who knows? Then, at some point along the journey, Niall suggests to the group that they stop along the way in a village of Dragonborn Dragon Tamers, where Niall has formed some connections and trust throughout his travels up into the mountains, but upon reaching the village, the group discovers that the Dragonborn there have been slain in violent and gruesome manners. They discover multiple guard drakes who have devolved into some sort of a feral state, influenced by what seems to be some sort of a corrupting force. But thankfully, Elaine, tapping into the part of her core powered by some sort of holy magics, is able to purge the corruption from the drakes one by one, but not before a white dragon claws its way over the cliffside to attack. But it is in that moment that a jaguar leaps out of the brush and right before the party's very eyes transforms into a wild-looking, tall, muscular woman, most likely the shifter Kiva, who the party has been on the hunt for. And so with that, we now return to said Dragonborn village, and we're turning off the happy music because the happy music is not fitting for the moment. Instead,
How big is this white dragon? Like is it like a full adult size white dragon?
that's a great question. It would be, I would say, so none of you have really seen dragons before. But you have all heard of them, and this one is a little bit smaller than you might have heard from some of the most ferocious and fearsome stories of your youth.
The baby dragon.
Maybe.
A little baby dragon.
That's just a baby.
All right, and I do still have the initiative order from last time, but I do need to roll initiative for a new character that has joined.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And do that.
We like
And
her.
That will be.
I want to like her.
Jungle muscle mommy.
We'll find
Oh,
her.
that's hard to say. Jungle muscle mommy.
Oh, wow, it's a tongue twister there.
Yay. All right. Okay. So, to start us off, Violet, you are at the top of the round. Now, to remind you of what just happened, to kind of give you a little bit more bearings of the situation that you currently find yourselves in, you had slowly been starting to purge these smaller drakes of whatever affliction seems to be harming them and causing them to have this aggressive behavior. It is in this moment that just over to the east on the cliffside, so that the structure right here is kind of the rookery, and it drops off behind it to a massive cliffside. The white dragon that you now face has crawled its way up over the cliffside, having heard the commotion of what's been happening up until this point. And that is where he remains poised to attack. Kiva has emerged from this sort of thicket of shrubs over here, and she now stands right behind you, Violet.
Of course, there's a bigger dragon. And then I'm going to look over at Kiva and go, oh, lovely for you to join us. Give her a little wink, and then dive over her and do bonus action hide.
Back in the thicket?
Yes, I'm going back in the thicket.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for joining us. Bye. So good
All
to
right,
see
go
you.
ahead and
Goodbye.
roll your stealthy stealth.
Okay, that is 29.
All right, roger that. Into the bushes she goes. So you kind of give this little quip and then dive into the bushes, and Kiva kind of like looks back, and then she kind of like looks down for a second, like, what the fuck? And then looks back at the dragon. But Elaine, you are up.
Oh, that was my bonus action. So
Oh,
now
sorry.
I'm
Is there
gonna
more you
attack.
want to do?
Oh yeah. Now I'm attacking the big dragon. But I needed to get So then hidden in the bushes.
What just happened?
I'm so excited I dropped my headpiece.
Now go down.
I was like, what? Oh, nope. you
Going
are. We
to-
can't hear you. Okay, now you're good. You're good. We couldn't hear you.
I'm good? Oh, good. Okay.
Okay.
Testing. I'm going to form my psychic daggers, my blades, and I'm going to attack with one of them at the dragon, just trying to I guess, assess if there were any scales that looked like they're missing or anywhere where we could actually like hit flesh and strike.
Okay.
Ooh, that is 26 to hit.
Let me just do a quick little double check here, but I'm almost positive that will hit. It does hit.
You had to check a 26? Were you being sarcastic? Okay. And then I'm going to... Alright, so that's my first dagger, so that hits. So that's a 6. That's great. 6 plus 5, 11. And then I'm going to do my sneak attack and roll 3 more on top of that 11. That's another 6, so that's 17.
Okay.
Plus another 6. This is wild. That's 23. I get 1 more. Popped. 5.
So 28?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm trying to show off for Kiva, for sure.
Alright, so with a quick flourish, Violet scurries back to the bushes. Kiva looks around a little bit confused, but as she turns to face the dragon, a purple glimmer appears in the air. It is faint amongst the snow that is blowing in the wind, but still the psychic dagger of Violet sinks itself into the neck of the dragon as its head has come up and crested over the edge of the cliffside. And amongst the white of the dragon's scales and the snow, you do see a little bit of red reveal itself amongst that backdrop. Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Did you get 2 attacks in a row?
No.
No.
Not for a while.
No, because you're doing a bajillion damage already. You don't get to do it twice.
So that's my plan.
Ugh, Elaine, you're up.
All right. No, what did I do? Oh no.
No, not you, not you, not you, not you.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is Davina is next to me. Davina, I didn't do any protections on you this battle so far, right? I think I only
think you
protected
did.
you like, yeah.
Yeah, in
during,
the
mud fight.
with the mud fight, yeah.
Was right. Okay, cool. Then I still have a 2nd level spell slot. And so
Don't waste protection on me.
Why not? What does she want? Why?
Just do what
I'm
you do
still
best and smash.
I can do multiple things. I am a woman of many talents. So I'm going to let me see. What do I have here? I had a bonus action. Where was it? No, I'll save the spell for another round in case I need it. But yeah, I'll turn my attention to the bad puppy that's right in between us
Okay.
in that little corner. And I will make my first attack on it. Oh, not good. Only like a 9 on the first swing. Not good.
No, ma'am.
Nope. Okay. Next swing. Oh my god. A natural 1. This is why we have
No!
This is why.
You had to use it so soon.
I know, but you can't roll a 4 and then a 1 and expect this not to happen. So, here's where he is. This is where he belongs
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Such a dunce.
They deserve that. Such a dunce is right.
Ugh. But yeah, I think that Elaine like flexes her fingers and like feels something is definitely wrong from whatever that weird energy is that got into her when she cleansed the 2 drapes. Something is off. But shoot. Okay, so that's my action. For bonus action, I think I don't have much, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna hang tight and I'll wait for orders.
All right. In that case, who is next but Mr. Niall?
We love Niall.
He's going to turn around and like as Kiva makes her entrance, he's gonna kind of be like, huh? Where did you come from? And he's gonna be like, oh, right, dragon. And he's gonna turn around. He's gonna be like, okay, I got this. And he is going to. Oh wait, I had his character sheet. Where did it go?
We love our little buddy.
Yeah, we do.
The first NPC y'all met in the campaign, and now look at him. Look at him. I swear he's not a self-insert. Alright, he is going to look at that dragon and he's going to say, this is the threat, this is what I need to take down to help protect my friends. And he's going to use one of his first level spell slots to cast Hunter's Mark on this dragon. And with that, he is going to pull from his back an arrow, and he's going to notch it into his bow with the what is it called? Anyway, he pulls it back, releases it, and sends an arrow straight at this dragon, and that will be.
An arrow, and you use the notch to knock the arrow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, that is going to be a miss from him. So he is kind of all like in his moment. He's like, I got this, Hunter's Mark, arrow, miss. And he just goes, damn. But before he even has much of a chance to react to what just happened, massive thuds shake the ground as the dragon pulls itself up over the ledge and rests.
Oh,
right
hang on. Real quick, did he have line of sight? Was the rookery in the way? I'm just trying to gauge the battlefield here.
Niall?
Yeah.
No, so the rookery is like, it's a covered structure, but it's like open air. Like there's like
he's not through it.
Yeah, because there's like it's meant for the little drakes to all be coming in and out. Like
got it. Understood.
Yeah. Think of it more as like a gazebo than like an actual building.
Cool.
Like a tall gazebo.
Ever want to be inside and outside all at the same time? Let me introduce you to the gazebo.
All right. Well, with that, it is going to look at the fresh little crowd of folks it has in front of it, and it will. Let me see.
Smile and dance, and then say, "Have a great night, goodbye."
It doesn't have ice breath because.
Well, you're right. It doesn't have ice breath because technically it's called cold breath. So with that, it's going to it's gonna take its long neck and kind of look around, and then it's gonna pull it back, extend it up, and a blast of icy cold air, which you're already in whipping snow all around you. This is different. A bright blue wave of cold energy blasts itself out, and it is going to hit. Eric, do you know if there's a way that you can do like... Oh, cone. Beautiful. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yep. So that is going to hit... Actually, it would be from over here.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
So I'm going to need Jasper, Velterra, Elaine, and Davina all to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Random question.
Yes.
Could I, as a reaction, rapidly shift the gust of wind in the direction of the dragon to fight against its cone of cold and maybe give us, like, advantage on the saving throw or something?
Does it say it could, in Gust of Wind?
It's a bonus action.
Then I'm so sorry. I'm not, but I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay.
Also, Kate, what was that reaction for? Did you roll something terrible? Did you roll something good? I couldn't tell.
Yes.
Right?
Sorry, which
I'm not
saving
happy.
Is this con save?
Constitution.
Me?
It's everyone except Violet and Violet.
Oh. No, I was looking at Kate's face. I thought Kate was making a face about a roll. Oh.
I was, because I used a new die expecting this one to behave better, and the first roll is a natural 1 for my con save. So now I have two d20s sitting in the timeout seat, and I need to get new dice. I'll be back shortly.
Hey, Theo,
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Guess what?
What?
Fuck you.
No. No.
'Cause
Did
I
you-
got a 16 plus 6. My con save is actually high this campaign, which never happens because I always play
You
a
have a
fucking
plus
spellcaster.
6 to your con save?
I know.
How is that even possible?
'Cause my
Actually, I
con-
say that, but my charisma save is +7, so it's...
Oh yeah, fighter, because fighter con is one of your things. Yeah.
Why would anybody need a charisma save? Not this guy, apparently. Never use charisma saves. I got a 15 on my con save.
that'll be a 22 for me.
22, 15 Velterra. Davina Elaine at 1.
16 for me.
16 for Davina, very good.
Good,
All right.
good.
Everyone except for Elaine saves. Congratulations, you're going to be taking half damage on this.
Actually, I take quarter damage because I'm resistant to cold.
Yes, you do.
Also, did you ring of
From my Goliath friend.
the ring of warmth? Yes, yep. I was gonna say that better help you. Oh no!
And Theo hates
Does
it.
my fur coat help me at all? Damn.
Why does Theo look so happy?
Theo needs a
It does,
Um,
but you look
Because
so
I
nice.
never roll this good,
Acting.
ever.
Theo needs a calculator.
Oh shit!
Oh my
You don't
god.
understand, it's like a really
Oh.
important code.
Alright, and then I gotta roll again. Hold on.
No, what do you mean you get to roll again?
Well, it's too many d6s. Is
D8s, actually.
Is it 6 d8s or 8 d8s or? There's a whole bunch of d8s. It's like a lot of d8s.
It's a lot. Yeah. It seems like it's a lot. The scientific number of a lot.
I think it's 8 d8 if I'm not mistaken.
It's 10.
Oh.
That was
10
10 d8. That was a bigger dragon than I thought. Okay.
Theo looks so satisfied. This is terrifying.
Y'all have been getting away with nothing, barely a scratch, all of this combat, and I'm over it. It's done.
Theo's gonna get too
This is it.
excited and TPKS, and he's gonna be like,
This is my villain origin story.
Theo's like trying to win as the DM.
Oh my god.
Most input damage.
All right, hold on. I gotta do something real quick because I gotta roll actually for the little Drakey
Theo, this is not Mortal Kombat, okay? You are not Sub-Zero right now.
Okay, so
Yeah, they get hit too, don't they?
they do. So I just had to roll a quick save for them, and they failed. But they're resistant to cold damage. So anyway,
Please.
Oh my god, me too.
Elaine,
Hi,
you take 59 points of cold damage.
I'm down.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I go from full health to -7.
I've never rolled this good in my life. I'm so sorry. Of all the
You're not
fucking
sorry
times
at all.
this
You're
happened,
not sorry at all.
I am sorry. I am sorry.
so 30?
The rest of you, yes,
-7.
take 30. Eric, you take 15.
My god.
Ooh. Okay, so we run now, right?
Where are we
Except we
gonna
can't-
run?
Just away. Just
There's-
away.
It flies!
Wait, don't you typically round down with half damage? Or do you round up?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. So it'd be 29.
Okay.
You're right. 29, and then that divided by 2 even further is 14 for you.
Yeah.
Yes, 29 for everyone else. 14.
We just have to get it away from the babies. Michael.
All right.
Running.
Yeah, we can't leave Elaine behind. We need to stay. We need to heal the healer.
We run
All
30
right.
feet, it flies a lot faster than that. Like, there's no getting away from the dragon.
So
Kill
the
it.
dragon unleashes a mighty roar as the cold breath washes over the party. Elaine, in her heroic stance trying to defend Defina from the drakes, seems to basically kind of freeze and malfunction at the sheer cold power that has hit her. And with that, we move on next to Davina.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? She's probably, like, I'm imagining her beautiful fur coat is frozen. She is going to immediately go to Elaine. Could you do a medical check on Elaine while she does unsettling words on the dragon?
Yeah, because one's a bonus action, one's an action, right?
Yes.
Then yeah. I would say, like, as you bend down to check, you're, like, kind of, like, over your shoulder, like, unleashing this verbal assault on the dragon infused with your magic.
Is it? Tell me if I can also, like, look and see if it's had, like, the same black marking that the little drakes had. Can I see that closely? Or is that another action?
I would say it would require a perception check. I'll let you make the perception check, but because of it's a little bit farther away and there's, like, wind and shit's happening.
Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't see anything. So so I do medical for Elaine.
Okay.
Medicine. Okay, so that's a 12 for the medicine.
12, that is
And
what
then-
you need.
Good.
Because it's Eric, DM, correct me if I'm wrong, is anything above a 10, right? For a medicine check to stabilize?
Yes.
Okay, so Elaine, you are now stabilized. You do not need to be making death saving throws on your turn.
Okay. And then over as I'm hunched over Elaine, I look over my shoulder at the dragon and I just tell them, have you ever been mistaken for a mouthing gibber or jibbing mouther? What's that creature? The one
A
with the
gibbering
magic
mouther.
skirt.
Yeah,
Gibby,
gibbering mouther.
thank you. Gibby.
Yeah. Gibby!
Boy!
Just fuck all the way off.
Is that, so that's, must subtract the
So
number of
it's,
rolls from the next saving throw.
like-
Okay,
Yeah, with a D8.
beautiful. All right. After that dramatic moment, it now moves on to, let's see, these three are there, those three are there. Okay, so technically they do still have turns in the combats, even though they all took damage. Jasper, your little guy right here nudges you as almost to ask and inquire what it should do in this moment as someone who has in such a short time formed an immediate bond with this creature.
Buddy!
I'm going to point around to give him the motion to flank the dragon.
Okay.
To the dragon's side. And do this. I go.
You're telling the baby dragon to bite its mom?
Well, it's not a baby dragon,
All right.
first of all, but yes.
It's going to scurry underneath the rookery and come out just here on the other side where the kind of flank of the dragon has rested itself. And it will go ahead and make... Where did it go? There we go. All right. It's going to make two attacks, a bite attack and a tail attack. So the first attack will miss, and then the tail attack, that will also miss. Rolled a 7 and a 5. But it was the right idea. And it was...
Theo, I can roll great when I'm trying to kill you, but if I'm trying to kill myself, I roll terribly.
The other two here that have been kind of helped are gonna just basically, seeing what they are now up against, they are going to flee, and they are both going to take dash actions to move. Let's see how far away. They basically run far enough away that they're pretty much almost out of here. Okay. With that,
Are the three other ones on the same initiative?
no,
Okay. Just,
because they were kind of hidden and then they joined
Yep.
afterwards last time. So,
got it.
next up, after watching that brutal wave of cold breath hit this party, Kiva is going to spring into action. She sees this dragon, and she is going to unleash a mighty roar, and it is something that none of you have ever heard before. It is clearly a human voice screaming, but there is still infused within it an animalistic snarl that almost seems impossible for a human to make that noise. And with that, she is going to enter into a rage.
Love
And-
her.
Barbarian girl.
Barrel head first towards this dragon. And from behind her, that you didn't quite notice because you were too busy looking at her being a jaguar, she's going to pull a giant spear out and she's going to lunge at this dragon and launch the spear into its side. And that will be a 23 to hit. And so
Look at the
Do you want the-
with themselves.
do you shut up. All right, that's very good. That is 13 plus 2, 15. That's going to be 15 points of piercing damage. And then got it. Okay. She will then turn around and make basically whirl the spear in her hand after the first stab, pull it out, and then make a second attack. And that will be a natural 1. Okay, so so it all comes to an end at some point. But she does get a pretty good hit in on this dragon. Jasper, you are next.
Cool.
And then Valterra on deck.
I'm gonna yell to everybody. I'll just yell, "Spread out!" And then I'm going to run. This is all difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, it's all very rocky. Yeah.
If I like come in here and then go this way, is that regular terrain?
It is indeed. Yes.
Okay. So I'll go 5 here. Actually, no. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll go 5 here. Is that
Yep.
inside or still outside?
That's still outside, but you can get in this way. I would say you can even go here if you want to make that.
That was 10.
That's 10,
15.
15.
20. Actually, yeah, 20.
Okay.
And then 30.
To climb up here.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yell to everyone to spread out. Oh, actually, no, everyone's over that way. Sorry, can you put me back where I was, which was like right here, right?
Yep.
That was right
No, you're right. You're right behind Kiva, right here.
Oh, you put Nile there.
Okay.
Is this also difficult?
Yeah, it's like more flat, but it's like there's like shrubs and brush and shit.
It's still at half my speed.
Yes.
Okay.
To have to fight through the brush. Yes.
I will go 15 this way.
Okay.
And then I will take some shoddy poos and yeah.
Light 'em up.
The first one I'm going.
Love the shoddy booze.
First one I'm going to use a crux bullet.
Yes, ma'am.
First one I'm going to use a crux bullet. I'm going to use the fire.
Oh.
Let fire. Let me pull that up real quick. Ironically called Dragon Breath. So I need to hit first. I am not doing sharpshooter.
If you say so.
13 plus 10 is 23.
Yes, sir.
23 to hit. So on a hit, deals normal damage. Sorry, yes. That's 10 on the piercing, so 15 piercing. And then it will take 2d6 fire, and it is set ablaze.
All right.
So 2d6 fire.
Nice. Okay, so 15 plus 8, 23.
Yep, that's the first
Math?
attack.
All right. So Jasper launches himself over some brush and rocks, turns around, pulls out his gun, which glows a light blue as he prepares to fire the shot. Oh, that's the reload. Hold on. There we go. The shot fires, and with it,
Nice.
a searing flame erupts around the dragon. It roars out in pain from the fire. It's definitely taken some hits. And go ahead and make that second attack.
Not like fire. And then, yeah, second attack. I will do sharpshooter on this attack. I just wanted to make sure the fire got through.
For sure.
And so I'm +5 to hit. Good thing I rolled a 15. Oh,
19 hits.
Oh, yay!
Well done.
So this is just another 8 plus 15 is 23.
Oh, just another 23 damage. So as this dragon is rearing in pain from the fire that is now engulfing the wound, the bullet hole that has been inflicted by Jasper, another shot gets fired and a spray of red blasts onto the snow. It is now seems to be a little bit disheveled. It's bleeding out at this point. All right.
So,
Anything else from you, Jasper?
I am going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay, good move.
And I will heal a d10 plus 3.
Ooh.
So I will heal 9.
Nice.
That's it.
All right, Val.
For fuck's sake. Okay, these three guys are still... They're still bad, right? They're against us?
Correct.
I really feel like I got my finger in the dike here. I gotta stay here, or else they're just gonna move in. I've been reading things this whole time, I swear.
They still do have slow cast on them. I have. Oh
Yes,
no,
they do.
never mind. I broke Nope, I broke concentration on that when I cast the other spell. Never mind.
Cool.
Which other spell?
Oh no, I didn't, did I? I was going
No,
to, and I
I'm
didn't.
sorry. I'm sorry. No, but you do need to roll concentration for the damage you took from the ice breath.
Which,
That's right. I knew there was something.
so you took how much? 30, so you need a 50 or better.
Yeah, no, concentration's broke.
Okay.
Val, do you have to do the same?
No, Gust of Wind is not concentration.
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do any damage.
Mhm.
Really, it's a crowd control thing. Okay. So, also, fun fact, I'm an idiot and not a player. I forgot that every time I leveled up, I could take new spells. I learned new spells.
Oh,
So I had like another cantrip and 2 other leveled spells that were just open slots that I hadn't taken. So I have some new stuff. One of which I'm going to cast on myself. I'm going to cast Fly.
Ooh.
See the ice from the cold breath just starts to kind of like dissipate into steam from the ring of warmth. And as the wind from that kind of continues to whip from the gust of wind, the hood blows off my head and my leather kind of duster just like whips around me, and you see my eyes glow a faint purple, and there's this like purple aura of like not quite wings but of like a second figure like emerging from behind me, and I just like lift off the ground, and I'm going to lift backwards like this way.
okay.
Or like
Yeah.
this way, pretty much. I'm gonna basically get just further up in the air and this way. I'm gonna use my bonus action to redirect the wind to still hit all 3 of them, but kind of blow down from me in their direction, if that makes sense.
potentially explain a little bit more, kind of like what you're trying to do?
So I'm going up into the air and back, and typically the gust of wind where it was blowing straight out from me to them. And
Yes.
now I'm changing the direction to now angle it down so that it's blowing from me down towards the ground and onto them, and still kind of affecting their movement speed.
Yeah, I think he's saying like this.
Yeah, basically. But because I'm up in the air, it's angled down and at them rather than
Sure.
straight out from my body.
Yeah.
And for now, that's all I can do. But I'm gonna put myself probably 30-ish feet in the air as best I can.
For sure. Makes sense.
Violet's just gonna whisper to herself, he can fucking fly?
He can fly, we can fly, we can fly.
And I'll yell down to Davina, grab her and get out of there. And that's it.
Davina, you okay?
Makes sense to me. That tracks.
All right. Well, I don't even have a sound effect for fly because I didn't even know you could do that. So that's pretty
Yeah,
fucking
me
cool.
neither.
I got it, guys. I got it. Swoosh.
Wow, really good.
Wow.
Immersive.
Really good.
It's called-
Immersive.
I really-
Immersive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really saw that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it just so happens that it is these three little shits' turns. So I guess Eric. So their speed is half.
It's 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot they move, so yes, their speed is halved. But they also need to start with a strength save at the beginning of their turn, or be pushed 15 feet away.
Got it. Okay. Haha. So that strength save is a 12.
So that will fail.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that the one, you just did one for all of them?
Yeah. Okay. I have them in 2 groups.
Totally up to you. So they will each be pushed 15 feet away in that line.
So kind of like that.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So they will actually.
They move at half speed now instead of quarter speed, so.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna die.
What is their speed?
Whoa.
You might
I think
die.
it was like 2, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So.
2. 2. So they're gonna do a couple different things here. I'm gonna do something real quick. They are going to. Yeah. Okay. This front one here. Whoops. Is actually going to. He's now gotten a cold breath to the face. He's got other wind blowing in his other side of the face. He's done. He's over it. He is going to burrow himself into the ground and disappear from sight.
That could be good or that could be really bad, guys.
Eric, do you know how to like hide a token?
Yes, if you right click it, you can change its layer and choose the GM layer.
Ah, so is it gone now?
Yep.
That's
Uh-oh.
The one in the back is going to do the exact same thing. This one here has decided that, for whatever reason, his mission is to just fuck shit up however he can. And he is going to claw his way against the wind to try and climb the rock and get to Jasper. Where he will make, first, a bite attack, which is cool. That is a 9.
Oh.
And then he's going to make a tail attack, which is a 22.
Maybe.
Yeah. So the tail will hit you for 9 bludgeoning damage. But with that, that's the end of the round and returns to Miss Violet.
Way better than I thought I was gonna do.
We're still alive!
We're alive. We're barely hanging on.
That one on a con save is just brutal.
That was nasty. That was so nasty,
I cannot
Gabe.
believe it. 2 dice tonight rolling nat ones. That's unacceptable.
Brutal.
59
Stay in
damage
jail.
on breath is pretty wild too.
So I had to roll 10 d8s. 4 out of the 10 were 8s. 2 were 7s. 1 was a 6, and the rest were lower.
Not cool, man. Where'd you get your dice?
Yeah.
Apparently the
They're
devil.
Those are loaded. Those
They're
are
loaded.
some
They're loaded
Ocean's
dice.
11 loaded dice. That's what that.
If you saw me on my other campaigns, you would not be saying that. All right, Violet.
With
Enter-
Kiva,
Enter well,
Well.
yes.
okay, well, with Kiva flanking, I don't have to bonus action hide because I get my sneak attack.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to throw one of my psychic daggers, and I'm aiming to pierce the dragon's eye.
All right, trying to blind it.
I'm shooting. Yeah, I'm trying to blind it.
Let's see just how high that attack roll is, huh? That's a mighty accurate thing you're trying to do there.
Okay, so I only rolled. Yikes! This is not that good. 16 to hit.
Nope.
Big
The
girl.
dagger whooshes through the air, but it's tough to make out the dragon's skull amongst the white of the snow and the wind. A lot of its hits have been more in its body, and that's where the red is. And so you didn't quite hit where you were trying to.
I'm gonna let out like a frustrated yell, and then toss with my bonus action. Toss my second dagger. Even lower. They both miss.
Whoosh. The dagger flies through the air, clatters to the stone ground of the rookery, having missed its target.
Bueno. No fucking bueno.
No.
All right,
No.
Elaine,
No.
you are stabilized. You do not need to make any sort of a death saving throw. Sorry, Violet, was there anything else you wanted to do on your turn? I should have asked.
Just scream into the void.
Scream to the void, girl. I feel that
Yeah.
deep in my soul.
Yeah.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
Big mood.
Niall is going to basically kind of like seeing what's happened. He's gonna get this rush of like, I could do this, and he's going to whip out from the holster on his waist a tall, gleaming rapier, the rapier that was his mother's, that was gifted to him, I believe, by Valterra.
Niall, don't be a hero, bud.
And he will charge at the dragon with his rapier.
Harry was always the best one in the band. You don't need to do this.
Okay, well, he just rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
You need to do this, Niall. You need to do this for us.
Jesus.
Rudy,
Hey.
Rudy, Rudy.
Niall.
Because you told me to.
Because I told you! Alright, he's gonna rush forward, stab the rapier up into the left flank of the dragon, and that will be 13 piercing. And then plus Hunter's Mark is... What is that, an extra d6?
Yeah, usually.
D6! Alright, 15 points of damage to this dragon. Ooh.
Did you move him?
Oh, not yet. Sorry, hold on. He's gonna run right up next to Kiva. Alright, and because of his ranger's abilities, that is not difficult terrain for him.
Nice.
So he's able to make the move. Alright. But, unfortunately, the dragon is next. So let me just do a quick little...
Rat back.
We're about to find out.
No. Oh.
It is
No.
still reeling from the hits that it just took, and now seeing multiple options of targets in front of it, it's going to whip out its claws and its tail and try to make some attacks. So, first, Niall having just attacked.
Not now.
No, Niall! Baby!
No, buddy. No, I like him.
Not like
I like him too.
It is going to reach down. It's going to like pull its head up and reach down and attempt to bite at Niall. Which will be...
It doesn't have that many teeth, it's fine. Hasn't been to the dentist, its teeth have been falling out, it has
The
It's
teeth
fine.
sink into the shoulder of Niall, and he's sort of like, ah! Oh! Screams out in pain. And he will take so many numbers to keep track of. What am I rolling? Okay. He will take... Not much. 11 points.
Also, since it chose to attack, it takes 2d6 fire.
Ooh!
All right.
Is that the bullet that's lodged in it?
Because it's on fire.
It's on fire.
It's just on fire, okay. Nice!
Or do you roll
I
that?
roll it.
Okay, sorry. I don't know why I rolled. That's all you. Yeah.
Fucking fight you, bro.
If you're gonna fight me, then fight me.
Actually, do you want to roll?
Why'd you roll bad?
Not terribly. A 2 and a 4, so 6 fire.
That's actually exactly what I rolled. I rolled a 5 and a 1. So.
Hey, there we go.
All right. It sort of like roars out through the pain of the fire and makes this attack against Niall, who takes a nasty bite. Now, there is also a sort of like another kind of exhalation of cold energy that comes with this bite. And Niall will take an additional... Okay, he's resistant, so he'll take 2 points of cold damage on top of the piercing. But it does not end here. The dragon will then, with each of its hands, it will make 2 claw attacks, and it's going to make both of those against Kiva. So the first one is a natural 1. The second one...
So basically, it claws its face off of me, but...
I don't think that works.
Dies.
I think this one's actually going to miss
Oh.
2. What is the... Yeah, that one misses 2. So, that's cool. This dragon can't slash for shit. So, but, Davina, you are up next.
This dragon's a bitch.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, am I going to be able to physically, like, carry Aline out of there? Is that difficult terrain? Like,
It is difficult. Actually, no. This part here, like, this kind of, like, ledge is not. This is, like, the pathway along the lip of this terrain up here. It's more like when you see actual full boulders that it's difficult terrain.
okay, but if I go through that path... If I go through that path, will I get hit by your wind tunnel, though?
Yes, ma'am.
If you move closer to me, not as much because it's going down. So there's like a Pythagorean theorem situation going on.
Oh,
Hell yeah!
this is going at this angle, approximately like 60 degrees, and then...
My middle school math teacher, it came in handy. I got to use it once in my life, okay?
Yes!
Question, Megan. Do you
Yes.
have healing word?
No.
Oof, okay.
I know. I know.
She would have used it on Elaine by now. You think she's gonna save it for you?
That's literally what I'm saying. Is use it on a way.
Oh, I thought you were trying to use it for yourself.
Yeah, no.
I use it? No.
That's why I was like, what? I was like, Michael.
Okay, then, yeah, I'm gonna just grab Elaine and I'm gonna pull her, like, up along that triangle towards Vel as far as I can get her.
Okay, I will need
So
a strength check from this because she is very
Come on,
large, very
Davina.
heavy.
300
pulling
pounds.
over
Can I
a
get
rock.
myself
Let's
bardic?
go.
Yeah, you can give yourself bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay,
Sing
I
a
don't
couple
think I need
of
it.
songs.
Do
Strength, you said?
The thing
Yes.
that, whatchamacallit does in 10
Yes.
Okay, 22. I rolled a 17.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what happens. Davina, your adrenaline is pumping. This is the first time, this is really the first time in this entire adventure that you have truly faced a daunting situation in front of you. The fight with Kiraphos was tough, but you know how to deal with men, you know how to deal with people. It's scary, but you can keep your cool. This is a giant fucking dragon that just one-shotted your guard dog. Your adrenaline is coursing through every vein in your body. You see Elaine, you see the rocky ledge behind you, and Davina is nothing if she's not smart and strategic. You recognize that there are a couple snowy kind of like pass through the rock down there, and so with quick thinking, you grab Elaine's shoulder and you slide down just enough down the rock, and you pull her with you with every ounce of strength that you have in you. How far are you trying to pull her? Where are you trying to go?
So I can next to Vel.
Okay, I will say yes. I
So
will
if
say you can get to like here. Or did you want to go farther? Farther back?
Yeah, if I can go farther, further back along that path. Keep going.
Okay. I'll say I think that's probably where you could end up pulling a giant robot.
Okay. And then I'm gonna bonus action my Vela trait, Air of Superiority. So if anything attacks me, they have to roll with disadvantage.
Nice. Okay. Love it. All right. Well done. All right. So back to our other little Drake friend over here. He's looking very worse for wear, but he's still going to try and loyally fight. He got hit in the first blast with everyone else.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and he had already taken damage in the fight, but he's still going to do his thing, and that's a 17 on the die, so that will be... That's going to hit, so that's going to be 10 piercing damage from his bite.
All right, little guy.
And then with his tail attack, that will be an 18 on the die. And so that will be... Where's my die? He maxed out almost all of his die. That's 9 damage. This dragon is looking... it's looking rough. And with that, it just so happens that next is Mr. Jasper.
I am going to take the attack of opportunity. And am I still in difficult grade?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here.
Okay. Yep. You can clamber your way up to this sort of more open area on the cliff edge.
I take the attack of opportunity.
What attack?
Because this guy right here is... Yes. Sorry, I wasn't sure what you meant by that. But...
Oh, I thought you were saying you were taking an attack.
That's what I was like. I don't understand.
Brother man.
No, I said I'm taking the attack. I am going to be attacked.
You're receiving an attack of opportunity against you.
It's a 5 on the die.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to... the dragon's still on fire, so I don't need to do that. So instead, I will... I'm going to try and poison it. So I'm going to use another crush bullet. And I'm going to try and poison it. So the first one I will not roll a sharpshooter.
Okay.
I should have done it! It was a nat 20!
Oh,
Damn.
Oh, well, it
Dang.
only doubles dice, so it doesn't double the extra damage anyway. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so nat 20.
I missed a nat 20.
Yeah.
Very
Well
good.
done.
Yeah.
Well done.
So it's gonna make a con save.
Con, okay. 8.
It fails.
Okay, so after his little dragon puppy just went fucking ham on the left leg or the right leg of this dragon, it's distracted. It turns its head to try to face whatever weird onslaught it has from this little ankle biter, literally, at its side. And it's not even paying attention when a shot enters the back of its skull, pierces straight through its brain, and with like a roar that turns to a little bit of a whimper, it kind of like falls down.
Use that crux bullet. But it's fine.
Dead.
It's dead. Then I'm going to.
I'm just flying over here for no reason.
But it looked really cool!
Yeah.
I'll turn and I'll.
I'm dead.
It just took a shit ton of damage in the last round.
I'll shoot the last corrupted darkened dog.
Okay.
With sharpshooter. 19 on the die plus 5 is 24.
Yes, sir.
10 plus 15. 6, so 21.
It's exactly what you needed.
Oh my
Thank
god.
God.
So
Amazing.
I like run away from it and like it tries to bite me and I kind of just like backhand it and like smack it into the ground and then I run, I slide, I shoot the dragon, realize it's dead, and then I'm just gonna get up and walk back to it, and while it's on the ground I'm gonna make like a respectful salute to the animal and then just assassin, like hitman kill, just like straight to the
With that, the Drake drops to the ground, and once again, the only sound that you all can hear is the howling of the wind and through the village. And combat has ended.
As soon as I realize the dragon's down, I start shaking Elaine and giving her some slaps with my metal hand.
I immediately run out. Yeah, I run out of the bushes to Davina's side. Elaine, wake up! Elaine! Wake up!
I can't. I literally can't do anything. I have no healing.
Davina, hit her! Smack her!
Smack her again? I take my metal hand and I smack her one more time, trying to get her conscious.
Guys, we've done this before. She just needs some time to reboot. So I'm going to. I'll just like. Whatever you guys are gonna do, I'm gonna walk up to. Whatchamacallit? What's her name? Kiva.
Kiva?
Yeah. What would I know? What name would I know her by?
Kiva?
Okay.
That's the only name you've been told.
Well, I know, but like I thought you said that I know of like her group. Like, how would I back in?
You have a title? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like
The
a
li-
title, or like how would I?
The
How would I? How would
the
I
pantheress of the
approach her?
Lagisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what we were told by Garland, I think. The panther.
yeah, she's
of the
known.
Lagisa.
She's known as the Pantheress of the Lagisa. So I mean, you would probably address her as a member of the Lagisa,
Okay.
something like that, potentially, if you're trying to be a little bit more formal.
Sure. Yeah. I will just walk up to her and say, wasn't expecting to see a Lagisa so far from home.
I could say the same to you, Elf. What are you doing up here in the drow worms?
Well, I don't really want to be here, but we have been dealing with some unruly folk and believe that they have done done something to some sort of shrine of power up here. So
She's gonna stand tall and she's gonna like flourish her spear and hold it at a point and just look at you and say, "What do you know?"
I don't know what we know, but all we know.
And with that, and with you saying "we," she's gonna kind of like take a step back and actually, for the first time, kind of survey the group and look around and just sort of say, "Vila with elves, with Ganassi, with," and she's gonna kind of look at Elaine.
Also,
Shh.
not what you're
Hands up and say-
thinking.
I'll say
and say,
peace.
"Look, look, look.
Yeah, go ahead. You want to defend yourself?
We all have something in common. We're all enemies of Captain Garland."
And we're all enemies of the circle.
End of the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck gender roles.
We're taking them down.
Make a, I will say Davina, because you initiated this, make a persuasion check.
You're gonna ask me to make a okay.
Yeah, you're welcome, but you're the one who said it, so.
No, I'm saying there's no way I can fail this. I rolled a 9 and I got a 21, so.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
Cards, man. She's gonna kind of like lower her spear and she's gonna say, "I did not expect any of this up here in the mountains. It would do all of us well for you to speak and share with me who you are and everything that you know about this place."
Well, first of all, our condolences on Captain Laura. We have some inkling that you were working with her, is that correct?
Condolences?
Yes.
Laurel is dead?
Unfortunately, yes, and we believe it's because she was helping you.
Well, she knew the risk.
She did, as do we all. This is her son, Niall, here, and I pull him over.
He's been kind of like trying to be a wallflower as best he can, because he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here right now. He kind of like, you like yank him out, and he's like, and she
I
kind of
just
like
give him a
looks
pat on the shoulder.
You're friends of Laurel's.
Yes. Well,
he's actually a friend of Laurel's, and I will point to the guy floating in the air.
But at this point, I probably would have descended back down to the ground and stood behind you all.
This is most curious. Sorry, continue. Yes, you know Captain Erison.
we know Captain Harrison. She's passed because of her involvement in this. What we're trying to determine, what we're up here to figure out, is, I'm assuming the same thing you're trying to figure out, what the circle was doing up here on this mountain. Am I wrong?
Oh, I know what the circle was doing up here on this mountain.
Which was looking for a feather or the seats of power?
The seats of the Celestials, correct?
She does another kind of glance around all of you. Who do you work for?
We work for ourselves, that's for sure.
Well, to be
I'll step up at this point and kind of step in, like, looking at Davina, like, not stepping on your toes, just stepping in to support you. And I'll say, we have been tossed into the middle of this. We know a lot, but we don't know the significance of most of it. We've found out bits and pieces, we've heard rumors, we've heard confessions of dying individuals, and all of that has led us here, though to what end we're not entirely sure, except for we know that Captain Arison did not want the Circle having anything to do with what's up here. And if she didn't want that, then we don't want it either.
And if the Cardinal is based in Tilosari, as I believe, then I obviously don't want it either. It doesn't help that they have my family. And until short, recently had me.
So you do know the Cardinal?
We don't know the Cardinal. We just know that...
Well,
Again, we know of many things.
Yes.
We don't entirely have all the dots connected.
We know
We've
that
heard...
we know the Cardinal is based in Tilosari, and if they're based in Tilosari, I obviously will ally myself with that.
Yes. It's an interesting question. Alliances, isn't it? A product of the city dwellers, a concept of the city dwellers, alliances, connections, loyalties to people.
obviously you don't. Right. Obviously, you don't care about any of that. So let me put it to you in a different way, Jaguar girl. There's an issue with Crux, and we're trying to make sure that Crux isn't corrupted, which I'm pretty sure is what you're all about. So we're on the same side. We are. It's about the balance of nature, and something is off. You're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. So stop making us your enemy.
And that is the big question, isn't it? Crux. Tell me, how should the people of this world use Crux? What is the role of Crux?
Oh, it's a great thing. We have a Crux expert actually with us. So I'll turn to Belle.
When she asks that, I'm like, you guys philosophize or whatever. And I'm gonna go pet my dog, and I'm gonna go next to my dog, and I'm going to start carving up the dragon and harvesting its hide, its scales, all that kind of stuff.
Also, can any of us heal Elaine? None of us have healing? Like, this is a problem. Okay.
I'm imagining this conversation, depending on its duration, will eventually count as a short rest for her. Is my best.
Okay.
Out of game. I think we need to just give her time to heal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll kind of laugh to myself maybe a little bit at the question. That's an interesting and complicated question that you ask. If it were up to me, the quote-unquote civilized peoples of this world would leave Crux to its natural state. It is dangerous to be tampered with, and it is unfortunate the way that it's been used by the cities and the tinkerers of the world. I'll look over to Jasper. No offense. But it's not up to me. And so if you ask me how I feel about it currently, I think it is to be understood. It's to be understood and harmonized with. We don't have control over it, but we exist alongside it all the same.
She looks kind of specifically at Davina and Violet, but she does direct the question to everyone, and she says, "Do you all feel this way?"
To a degree, yes. We all come from different backgrounds. We, like Belle said, we all got thrust into this. So our opinions on Crux might vary, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree that it shouldn't be abused in the way that the Circle is going to abuse it.
Well, for people who come from such violent tendencies, you seem to be more learned than I would have expected. Because
Says the girl from the jungle.
You say that as if I should be offended. But see, what you don't understand, or maybe you do, I'm still figuring it out. Crux should not be abused, no. Because Crux is us. We are what make up the energy of this world. The quintessence. She kind of starts to like walk around a little bit. Everything that we see in this world, we can't control it. It can't control us. It moves in chaotic patterns. But it is the most beautiful harmony this universe has ever known and will ever know. And she kind of walks and stands over Elaine, and she looks down. Crux is not power. She goes and she puts a hand on Elaine's chest, and then, like, almost like she's looking for something. And then she kind of quizzically tilts her head. Crux is life. And with that, a blue energy emits from her hand. And Elaine, like a shock to the system, you find yourself once again on a snowy mountain, eyes awake, wind blowing, snow whipping through your face as this tall woman gently rests a warm hand on your chest.
Are you okay?
Elaine?
I think so. I am alive. I'm a little confused. I don't think I finished thinking. What?
Well, we managed to kill the dragon, so we're safe. You're safe for now.
I got so cold my body shut down.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Hello, I am Elaine.
You are, aren't you?
I don't know what this means.
Do you know her? Do you know Elaine?
What?
No, I don't know her, but the fact that she is at all is the most curious thing I've found yet in meeting you.
Have
You
met
are not of
anything?
flesh, you are not of bone, you are not of blood, you are not of sinew. And yet the very same life force that flows through all living things flows through you.
I was made. I am a program and some magic.
We are all made in some capacity. We are all magic. You are different.
I think Davina's got her hackles up a little bit, so she steps in front of Elaine. Says, "Do you have a problem with her being different?"
No, not at all.
Good.
As I mentioned, caught me a bit off guard.
Kiva,
But yes,
we would love to share more about our friend Elaine with you, but you mentioned the quintessence and crux in such a way. You said we were in harmony with it. We are a part of it. But have you not felt that it's felt much more like dissonance lately? There's a problem.
there's more than a problem.
What have you found?
She kind of sits back a little bit and looks at you. Her eyes, as you've been having this conversation, her eyes have kind of been darting amongst each person talking, and she seems to kind of be like staring very intently as if she's trying to like get a read on a person, and she now stares at you and sort of like looks at you and says, "You feel it too."
I feel it. I see it. But I think we just experienced a bit of it. And I'll kind of look over in the direction of the dragon and the fallen, whatever the small wormlets were.
The little guard drakes.
Yeah, drakes, thank you.
All of creation is a song sung in perfect harmony. When you start to remove the melodies, you are left with dissonance. That is what we are seeing today in the world. The song grows quieter, the melodies are beginning to disappear, and what's left is just noise.
Where's it going?
The noise,
The melodies.
they're still here, scattered amongst the machines that power the cities, the lights that illuminate the streets, and the tall buildings, the weapons that kill at levels like they never have before. They are songs no more. They are tools.
I'll take out my packed weapon that I keep at my side and just kind of wave it a bit through the air. And as I do, there's that kind of shimmer around it as it just kind of interacts with the energy around it. If there are discordant voices among the chorus of the quintessence, then they need to be cut out.
You're on the right track. They don't need to be cut out. They need to be drowned out.
I don't see why we can't do both, but you're the expert.
Well, part of the problem is as you remove more and more of the song, and you're left with more and more of the noise, it is in that noise that chaos and discord thrive. You open the door for what doesn't belong. They're always there. They always were there. They always will be there. They're part of the chaotic harmony. But better left in the background. Hushed.
And how do we quiet them? Or, I suppose otherwise, replenish the part of the quintessence that's been lost?
That is what me and my people are trying to figure out. We've sit and watched as peoples and cultures all over the world silence the voices of the chorus. And we still don't know how to get them to sing once again. But what we do know is that this group, the Circle, wants to silence them once and for all. And they plan to do that using the oldest voices that
The
first
Celestials.
sung in this world. The Celestials, the Stewards, the first races of Zholmyr. Handcrafted, hand-placed here by the creators. We have known for a little while now that this group was attempting to learn more, attempting to tap into something they have no place. We just didn't realize just how close they were to making it happen. It caught us off guard. And I got here too late.
What can they do with the Celestials and the seats of the Celestials? I would think the voices of those beings would contribute, not diminish the quintessence from the quintessence.
Those voices, as they once rung clean and clear over the skies, are no longer what they once were. The Circle started their hunt with the Celestials because of the Steward races. The Celestials were the most powerful. They were the guardians of this world. But something happened long, long, long ago. We still don't know what. That knowledge has been lost. But there is real danger in awakening those voices in the wrong way. And these people who know not of what they deal with are putting us all in a very precarious position.
And hearing that, I shoot Violet a glance.
So, the Circle's been up this way already. They plan to come back. That is my understanding. What is
They'll be
up here?
back.
Yes, we've come to understand. They were here. They've scouted it, whatever it is that they're looking for, this seat of the Celestial. And I believe that some of their kind, their agency, their group, are on their way from... Is it Verkova? Is that where they're coming from?
Mhm.
DM?
Mhm.
I believe
Yeah.
some of their kind are on their way from Verkova to, I don't know, fully take over this location, utilize it for its purpose. I don't know what they're trying to do. You may have a better idea.
And importantly, they kind of know about you, and they kind of set a trap for you. So
Did they?
part of what we were trying to do was to stop you from falling into that trap. So just so you know, they're after you.
Just a quick question. Are you trying to deceive her?
No, like I'm giving her the
Was there a
I don't-
trap?
info. There was a
Or we just thought that if they were to return, they might catch her while she was there.
Right,
I think that
right.
was our
yeah.
It wasn't a trap
Oh,
that they
I
were
thought
laying. They were coming back,
I
and if
thought
she
they-
was there when they came back, she's in trouble.
Got it. I thought that they like laid a trap for her up there. Got it. Okay.
No, because
Yeah,
remember,
no.
Kirifos
It
was
just
mentioning
felt
how they
very
kind of
much
like
like it.
left in like a hurry, like
Yeah.
they like some shit went down, and Kirifos was there's like
I
yeah.
think what you're remembering is that there are traps there that like were set off by them. So like,
Yeah. So I'll say to her that yes, they are on their way back. We came up this way partially to see if we could secure whatever could be secured from the location before their arrival, and also if we could find you, I believe is who we were looking for, warn you that they are on their way back.
She kind of swears under her breath and just sort of says, "Then they are more foolish than they know."
Yes, that's what we've come to understand as well.
My mission, my plan, was to head them off before they got here, but it seems, based on what I've observed in my time here on the mountains and from what you've told me, and knowing just that they got here long before I did, that they unleashed something in their stupidity, in their arrogance, in their hubris. My mission has changed. I travel now to the seat to see just what they have done and if there's any way I can fix it.
Then we're coming with you.
Yes. I suppose I could use the help. And you seem to know much already.
Like I said, we know a lot. We don't know what we know sometimes, but we do know it.
Would you like me to fill in some of the gaps for you?
I would love you to fill in some of the gaps. One other thing I should probably warn you about: there were the feathers, these feathers of gold, I believe, and they seem to be artifacts of some power. And I believe they were removed from the mountain when last the circle was here.
Feathers of ancient celestials themselves.
That sounds about right.
Ah.
Are these celestials the pentamount? Is that what you're talking about?
I think we asked that before. They're different.
The
They are different?
Pentamount. The Pentamount is the name that the prelacy and other more civilized folk use to describe the power of the quintessence that they don't quite fully understand. The power that's outside of their control. No, you see, the steward races, they were the first creatures to walk this earth. They were given power over the different domains of Zholmyr. The Celestials, the strongest of the stewards, bright,
So
golden, and shining, flew above the earth and took control of the skies. The Fae, the ancient beings of the earth, with their fleet foot, would run through the forests of Zholmyr, where they were given power over the land and the creatures that lived there. And the Nereids, the dark, brooding, deep, mysterious creatures of the sea. They were given power over the waters, the oceans, the deepest, darkest parts of Zholmyr.
So how do they connect to this feather? Do you know?
The feather seems to be from the remains of a celestial itself. We heard it was possible.
They keep
What dangers do these artifacts carry?
Now I make eye contact back with Jasper.
I'm looking at Violet.
I
I'm
make
just
eye
staring
contact
right
with
at
you
Kiva.
too.
I'm making eye contact with nobody except for Kiva.
looking around, just very lost.
To know this, you must know how the story ends for the steward races. Something a long, long, long time ago, something wrested control of this world from their grasp. They disappeared forever, leaving scant traces, ruins of ancient cities, traces of ancient magics. But the Celestials, who are drawn to power, there is some who believe that the Celestials turned on Zholmyr and their sister and brother stewards, gave in to the power that threatened this world. We don't know it for certain.
So, if
You might.
someone were to touch the feathers and hear a voice, that would be bad?
Who's to say?
God damn it.
It sounds like the Celestials either fell victim to or became a corrupting force.
Potentially. We will never know. They were all lost long ago. But
Maybe not quite as lost as we'd hope.
what lived on was their seats of power. The seats of the stewards. Scattered amongst their different domains. The sources of their power. Gifted to them, some say by the creator beings themselves. Now, if, say, hypothetically, you lived in a large, large city in Zholmyr, a large city that used the power of this world to fuel every aspect of the lives of your people. And that fuel was running low. And you were to hear that there is an untapped source of power, hidden in pockets in this world. Would you hunt for it?
Well, so hypothetical of you to ask us that question. That's exactly what the circle is doing. Not us, the circle.
Yes. We learned of their plot to look for the seeds. We thought it would take them ages to find, and yet somehow they knew exactly where to look, and that is what caught us off guard.
So you think there's
Well-
a traitor amongst you? Is that what you're saying?
Potentially. Or
Well,
they have a
you
source
know,
of
they'll-
information unknown to us.
They do, for sure.
Glance at me.
They have some sort of, if I remember correctly, like a song, like they know the myth of the Celestials. And I think through that knowledge, they actually know where all of the seats of the Celestials are, or at least they're mapping them out, and they are aware of a few more. So they have a lot of intel right now. And so once we go do whatever we need to do at this seat for this Celestial base, then we should all just go ahead to the next one to make sure that we can get there before they do.
Yes. Well, it does seem our goals are aligned. So, will you join me?
Would you join us?
Us. That's the better question.
I will join you in your march to the summit, to the seat. After that, we may be the only people in the world who knows what comes next.
I think there's a lot we have to learn before we have any idea what could possibly come next.
Don't forget, we also need to get my family. It's the only reason I'm here.
Of course. Though, I do fear if any of this were to succeed, there's nowhere your family could go that they would not just return to danger.
Sure, I'm not just gonna leave them in slavery.
No, of course. We're dealing with the Circle. The Circle has your family. I think these paths come together in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Better be more near than future.
But for now,
And
our immediate goal should be the summit.
Yes.
Could we maybe take a break first, though?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm fucking cold and tired and
let's
hurt.
get shelter. We need shelter.
Yes, I suppose that would be wise. She kind of
What
like
time-
glances.
Is it late in the day at this point? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like at this point between the climb up to this place, the fight, you're taking the time to like chat, like yeah, it's definitely approaching evening for sure.
She was going to say something.
Yes, but I forgot what it was. So
Yeah, let's hunker into one of these little homes for the night.
I think
Get a little
what
bit
I'm
of
gonna
rest,
do
and then
first is I'm going to use my last spell slot since I'm kind of assuming we're going to get them back anyway. I'm going to cast Flying myself again, and I'm going to do a quick scouting of this village and see is there anybody else left alive here? Is there any other threat? Any other guard drakes somewhere on the ground? And is there
If there's any way to identify like a healer's tent from the sky?
Yeah, anything that are there any tents that are
Mhm.
left kind of in good condition that we could hide out in, or are there any tents that we could perhaps I'll stop occasionally and just see if any tents look in good condition, like are there resources in there? Is this a place where we could rest for the evening? So just like a quick 10-minute scouting trip of this village.
I will say when you're doing that, I won't make you roll because there's no time threat or anything like that. So you can go ahead and just kind of do your cursory look. First, you don't find anyone else left alive. This itself is a pretty small village. Like this isn't like a big bustling town. This is like a little hermit enclave of some dragonborn dragon tamers that have made a little space for themselves up here in the mountain. There are definitely some tents because I mean these drakes, when they were sort of corrupted, they just seemed to be going on some sort of like a killing rampage. They weren't like tearing down the buildings, tearing down the tents. They were kind of just on a hunt. So even though there's some of these areas that are a bit disheveled, there's debris strewn about, like there's standing structures for sure. If you wanted to set up in there.
Okay.
But in terms of stuff that they have, it's mostly, again, because they are very like off the grid kind of group of folks up here in the mountain. It's a lot of like herbs and like a few kind of like old school like mortar and pestle setups that they were trying to make some salves here and there, but nothing that not like a ton of supplies.
Okay. So I'll just go back to the group and we can find one of the standing tents to set up in for the evening.
What do I get off the dragon?
I will say you can definitely pull a handful of scales. This is a younger dragon, so they're a little bit smaller, they're lighter. They're not going to be like big, fully formed,
Sure.
fully strong dragon scales, but I'll say you can pull off in good condition about 10
Okay.
scales.
And
So what are you trying to do with, like, how much are you trying to grab? Like, what's your purpose for
Uh,
taking the hide?
hide would be to ideally make some sort of clothing or like turn it into leather, like just raw materials. Like I know how to skin an animal to just get raw materials, and I know that dragons are very useful for that.
Okay.
So it would be mostly
Yeah, I mean, the
in like the belly area to just get like thick hide from the back and the belly and kind of leaving the rest of it.
Yeah, so here's where I'm kind of trying to like parse it out in my mind, right? So this isn't a deer hide, which is
Sure.
like this is it's still an animal that has like a thick scaly hide that requires like time to cut off and then like scrape off all of the extra like viscera, and it's going to be heavy too.
Sure.
So that's why I'm trying to be like how much are you trying to get?
I would say I would try and get for enough for myself to try and make, or at least be able to bring to someone to make clothing that isn't something of my captors. Because I'm still
Okay.
wearing fucking guard uniform from Circle. And I know
Okay.
that dragon leathers are
Mm.
very, very solid.
Okay, here's what we'll do for now. I'll come back to you on that. I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging. Like just to be frank, I don't know off the top of my head like
Sure.
what that looks like or how to kind of figure that out.
Works for me. I'm also
that
going
was-
to take some meat and bring that back to Bell and see if he can do anything with some dragon meat. Also,
Sure.
toss some scraps to little buddy.
It's just like a cannibal.
I'm gonna,
It's fine.
first of all, they're different
Fine.
animals. They're different animals.
I don't know. It just is still a little too close to call.
I'm also going to start calling him Brees, by the way.
Brees?
Brees.
Reese.
Okay, it's very cute.
Does he eat the dragon meat?
He does not. He kind of looks at it a little bit like there's some deference there. Like he's not trying to eat the larger of his kind
Okay.
in this moment, but he still like is grateful to you for offering.
I'll toss him some more rations.
That he will gobble up hungrily.
Oh.
So, Kiva, once we're sheltered and inside, how many more seats of the Celestials are there?
There's just the one. Each race was given one seat of power
Oh.
to rule over their domain. The Celestials, being a race of the skies, established their seat at one of the highest peaks in the land, as close to the sky as they could be.
So there's 2 other seats of stewards.
You.
There are.
We don't know where they are.
Not specifically.
Were there other dwellings of the Celestials that remain? Or traces of them that remain?
Of course, their ruins populate the mountain ranges all over.
But we've never found any remains such as the feather in any of these other places. We
No.
being collective civilization.
If we have, there isn't enough of a record to understand it. The peoples of today come from a history of savage and barbaric races that were just trying to survive in a cruel and violent world. If they found it, they probably didn't understand. And we will never know.
Well, I don't know about you all, but I could use a rest.
Same.
I'm going
Learned a lot
to
today.
bed down for the evening, unless there's anything else for anybody.
I'm
As
ready
you
to rest.
as you kind of lay down, Velterra, the voice in the back of your skull pings to life once again, and Vol says, I know you told me not to interrupt you when you're talking, and so I waited. I was really good, and I waited this whole time.
What have you found, Vol?
I just love him.
The books that you gave me were incredible.
Did you finish them all already?
Yeah, of course. There's what I don't have much else to do here in my space. Did you know there is an entire empire of people on this continent, the Delesian Empire? Did you know?
I'm slightly familiar, yes.
And did you know that there is a huge mountain range that runs from all the way to the bottom of the continent up through the jungle called the Heel Crush Mountains? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?
I did, yes. I'm some of my people reside there.
Oh, okay. Well, did you know that the quintessence, apparently, there are findings that are brand new just in the last few years, that there's evidence that the quintessence did not always used to exist in the world. Did you know? Did you know?
I did not know that. Tell me more.
Well, that's pretty much it. They you see, there's evidence, there's tracers of the quintessence all over the place. Like he kind of like you can feel, he's not touching it, but you can feel like a warmth in your hand, and he's like your fingers, like fingerprints. There's traces that get left behind when the quintessence moves through the world. But there's a few parts of the world where these don't exist. They're empty.
Where?
They
Does it
haven't been
say?
touched. No. They said that there were some studies that were done in the Dwarven Mountains in the north, but it didn't say more. Maybe we have to buy that book too.
Get this boy more books.
Give him more books.
I love books!
He needs his own little library in the vessel.
There's a book you're saying that somebody wrote specifically about this, and we should perhaps look into that. Is that what you think?
Yes, someone looked into this and they learned about it and they wrote it down and they have it to share for us to read.
Is Kiva like with us here still?
She's like starting to like set up her own little spot.
Kiva, what do you think
Yes.
about all this? Assuming she can hear Vol, which I forget sometimes that people can't.
Think about what? This spot to set up camp, it'll do just fine.
No, I'm sorry. It seems as though, in learning about the history of Zholmyr, there's some theories that the quintessence has not always existed here, and that there are places where we don't see any evidence of the quintessence ever having been a part of that landscape. There's no fingerprints of the quintessence left in certain areas of the continent. Have you heard any of this at all?
She kind of looks at you and she scoffs and she's like, "That's impossible. The world is the quintessence."
But what was before it?
She looks puzzled. I imagine the realm of the creator beings.
Did the stewards bring the quintessence? Were they made of it? What's the history?
Who's to say? We know so little about them.
Who could
I think there's a lot we could learn from this endeavor. And I'll kind of...
Why do you ask?
A friend of mine found some interesting history that he conveyed to me of what I described to you. And if that's true, it changes, I think, our understanding of the nature of the quintessence and perhaps changes what we should be looking for up on the summit and at the other seats.
She, again, kind of gives you, like, a look. Is your friend a Riftwalker?
No, but he's got some relationship to a Riftwalker. Yes.
Well,
Ex
I think he
Riftwalker.
lived in my head.
Right.
He lived in my, yeah.
well, you tell your child of an ex-Riftwalker that their science can only explain so much. The rest comes from a primal knowledge and deep, innate understanding of the machinations, the true machinations of this world.
I agree, but even you are admitting that we don't. Even with those innate feelings and connections, we're missing so much still. And I think there's ways to connect with it that we don't even understand yet.
Yes, well, my Earth Ganassi friend, I will just say it is that exact curiosity to better understand the quintessence that has led us to this very predicament that we find ourselves in today.
I think understanding it and exploiting it are different. Though I do agree they both may start from a similar place.
Two sides of the same coin, I'm afraid.
I don't think it has to be.
Yes, well, that wishful thinking is all good, but it is not the way of the world.
I'm not looking for the way of the world. Just my own way.
And then the voice in the...
Go your own way, go your own way.
Go your own way. Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Oh.
Anyway, with that, I'll leave her to kind of whatever, prepare herself for the evening.
Vol in the back of your head, though,
Vol.
still in the back, as you're kind of like walking away from her, he goes, "Ask her if she knows about the Heel Crush Mountains."
We'll
Don't
talk
do it,
about
it's a
that
trap.
tomorrow. Well,
Okay.
but I think you and I are both going to be learning quite a lot on this trip.
That's what you promised me!
I'll head to bed.
Alright.
I love that Vol whispers even though no one else can hear.
I know. Cutie.
Inside voice.
Yeah, he does. They do. Before Violet goes to sleep, she wants to do something.
Do it up, girl!
All right. So I'm gonna be like, okay, everyone, I'm going to the bathroom. Don't follow me. Like,
Wait,
Wait,
you actually
do you
say
actually
that?
say don't follow me? If you do,
well, I just say I'm going to the bathroom.
Davina
I'm going to the
knows
bathroom.
something's up.
If you
No.
say that, I'm
No.
gonna follow you. You already said
I'm going to the
it.
bathroom. I'll be right back.
Go back. Don't follow me.
What? So I go out and I find like a little corner somewhere. And I'm not going to do anything if I see people following me. So if I see anyone else leave, do you guys leave?
What's everyone else doing?
Did you actually
Yeah.
say don't follow me?
No.
Okay, then no.
No, I think I was getting ready for bed with you, and then you said you had to go TT.
I'll be right back. Yeah. I'm in the bathroom. I'll be right back. I go out. And I'm going to find like a quiet, dark place, like far away, where no one can hear me. And I am going to summon one of my psychic dagger in my one hand. And I'm going to slice my palm in the other.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick up some of the dirt in front of me. Roll my eyes. Look up. Be like, hello? Oh, great and powerful one. Violet. Okay, anyway, this is just so weird. So weird. But you're pretty old, so I figure that you've been around a long time and might have some information that could be helpful for us. So I have 2 questions for you. I'll keep it short. I think they're pretty easy, and I know that you know. Okay, so here's the first one. Did the stewards bring the quintessence? That's the first one. Did they bring it with them after the creator round? Like, when did the quintessence start? That's my first question. Second, who wiped out the Celestials? I know, I haven't really asked you any questions ever. But I think we can help each other. I'm already helping you. So, anyway, I know you've never responded before or addressed me in any way, but I figured I'd give this a shot. And then I brush my hands off and head back in to sleep.
Alright. As you make your way back, still the sound of the wind at this higher elevation continues to whip through the area, but you hear nothing else. You see nothing else. You're met with silence.
Figures.
I cuddle my
Figures.
dog.
It's very cold.
He's a cold drake. He's emanates cold.
I cuddle him anyway.
Oh my god. He's probably like, the suit's really
Yep.
warm. Like, get off of me.
Like, I can't.
I go back in.
You're like,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
I see Jasper.
Jasper's the dad that didn't want the family dog.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
And then
Beautiful. Let's get as
I
many
make-
dad stereotypes as we can.
And then I make sure that Davina's fully covered with her minx coat. And if she doesn't have it over her as a blanket, I get it. And I
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I'm.
Thanks. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
I was like rage setting up my bed and like anger setting, like getting it. Like I'm like anger sleeping right now
Why are you so mad?
because it's
It's gold.
okay. Well, first of all, Violet dragged me out to Scarport for what we thought was a simple
Oh, okay.
artifact and
Just
go back home.
You're just
Dad.
generally.
Yes. Now I'm trekking through the fucking mountains. We're fighting a fucking dragon. This is not what I signed up for.
Got it.
Not what I
Deb,
signed up for.
it has been a day, Deb. I agree. It's been a day. And yeah, it's you'll get used to it.
No, you don't get to say
You'll get used to it.
Will never.
No,
She will not.
absolutely not.
It was fun at first for you, right? You had a little bit of fun. Deb. Like this much.
Okay, when we were in Scarport and we were having fun tracking down information and in my element, yeah, I was having fun. This out here with this wind and the cold and barely the roof, not my element, not fun.
And,
Hey,
and the barely the roof.
Hey, Val.
What?
Can we borrow your ring of warmth? Not me, but can Dev borrow your ring of warmth just for tonight? Please.
No, I don't need it.
Please, she need. Look at her. Look at her. She needs it.
No. I'm just pouting. No, I don't need it. I don't want any help from anyone. I don't want to be here. Just leave me the fuck
Val.
alone.
How about I build a fire for us instead?
Yes. That I will accept gladly. Thank you.
I will do that.
Better than nothing.
I guess before we go to bed, can I do, like, before all this is happening, can I look around the village to see if they have, like, a smokehouse? I assume that's what they would, like, do a lot of, like, smoked meats and jerky.
Yeah, I mean, you can look around if you want. Again, this is a very, like, bare bone. Like, this is not like a village. This is like
okay.
a little outpost type spot. But I will say you do find, if you do some hunting, I will say you can find a hut, and it's like wrapped up in packages. So like if you're like digging and looking for it, you can find some salted meats that have been like wrapped up in packages, and like they're on the mountain, so they don't really put it in a fridge. They basically just like store it in like a special container to keep it out of the elements. But yeah, I'll say you find it, which can contribute to some like additional rations. All right. So after a very eventful day, the group goes ahead and lays down for the evening for bed. I assume it's like kind of the normal setup. Jasper and Elaine are doing your trance/sentinel rest situation, and then everyone else is going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you all go to bed. The night, continues on. There's no other disturbance that arouses any of you from your slumber in the course of the night. But one of you does have a little bit of a sleepless night. Violet, there is something inside of you that seems to kind of make it hard for you to relax, to settle down. You have a little bit of a restless sleep where you kind of toss and turn, you're in and out. And you kind of get to this point of like you're dozing, you're half asleep, you're half awake, you're just desperate to try to get some rest as the night wears on. And the wind continues to whip through. It's whistling, it's making all this noise, which is making it hard to sleep. And you're not sure if it's because you're so tired and half dazed in the state of sleep that you have, or if it's something else, but you could swear a couple times you hear what sounds like a voice whispering on the wind to you.
Can I make out any words?
The first couple times, it's hard. You don't quite hear anything, just enough of syllables that you're like, that might not be the wind. But then eventually you do start to hear a couple words here and there. Words like come, C-O-M-E, like come to me. Words like higher.
Higher?
Higher.
Higher.
And then the last one that you hear is just like close.
Oh. Not the answers I was looking for. Who are you?
Shadow Daddy.
And with that, the sun rises. It's another beautiful snowy day on the mountaintops.
The tank is clean.
But you all get a long rest.
Thank you.
Even me?
I needed it.
Do I get one too?
Do you get a
Drink
long
any
rest?
blood? I don't think you took any
You
blood.
could absolutely drink blood, Michael. Gosh.
Yeah. Actually, I
Here's
did.
what I'm
I
gonna
fed
do.
Jasper while I was sleeping.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have you roll your dice like you normally are supposed to do when you wake up in the morning. Which we keep forgetting. And it. I'll just have you roll.
Okay.
It was not a restful night of sleep for Violet.
Oh.
And she wakes up with a point of exhaustion.
Oh.
Oof.
Violet, you look terrible.
I feel terrible. I
What
feel
happened?
awful.
Are you sick?
Stupid. Yeah, I am. I guess I am.
I could try to
I
fix
don't
it
know.
for you.
Let's see if, Elaine, it's so kind of you. Let's see if maybe if I have breakfast and me. Yeah.
Dragon
If
steaks
you're
for
feeling
breakfast.
poorly,
Yeah. What can you do, Elaine?
I can just cure the disease like I did with the lizards. It worked on them. You don't look as bad as that, so.
So let's save it. And I'll let you know later today if I need it. Yeah.
Right.
I look as bad as I feel is what you're saying?
Well, I don't know how you feel, but you do look pretty bad.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. Try to
Dalton walks by. Violet, looking good.
Roll!
I flip you off as you walk by. Oh, it's so positive all the time in the morning. This day just must be.
That is so Cartoon Network coded. That is so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, Violet, welcome to
No.
the club.
I'm with you, Dad. Now. Okay, let's get up. I guess.
I
All right,
would
let's.
try to turn whatever meat Jasper gave me into something edible.
Yeah, go ahead and let's see. Let's have that be.
Are there eggs? Can we have some steak and eggs for breakfast?
Let's eat dragon eggs.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Let's have that be survival.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Hey!
Best. This is 5-star steaks.
This is
Dragon
what I get by
steak.
natural 20s.
gosh.
I don't
yeah.
get natural 20s in combat when it matters.
Why would
No,
why
you
would
giving us
have
that
them?
mid-rare salted steak.
I get that
Yeah.
RP nat 20s, baby. That's what I get.
We get heroes. We get the effects of a hero's feast. We cannot be feared. We cannot be afraid.
It's a
Roll
total
for
of,
eggs.
Invincible now.
total of 23, I believe, because I think I'm proficient with my cooking set.
Okay.
So 23.
Do you not have any pluses? Survival.
Survival, so plus 0.
It's a wisdom. He's a warlock. Why would a warlock have wisdom?
Yeah.
True. He's C, doesn't he?
It just so happens Velterra is pretty damn fucking chipper in the morning. There is something, he has his ring on that protects him from the cold. He just got to have a great philosophical conversation about the quintessence with some lady who like is the first person he's met in a long time that kind of like talks to him on that level, and he's just flying high. And so he channels that energy into taking some of the random supplies that y'all have found in your own rations and kind of scattered amongst the camp, and he whips you up a delicious breakfast.
Oh,
Serving it up Gary's way.
this is so good. This is so good.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
I love Chipotle.
But I'm just like shoving it in my face.
Belle, have you ever considered being a private chef? I feel like you'd make a lot of money doing that.
I'm a private chef. I work exclusively for myself and my friends.
Private, I get it.
There you go. It's just when you're by yourself in the wilds for a while, you have to find a way to enjoy yourself out there. And food has always been something that I've been able to find things for while I'm out there and experiment with. And when I do meet friends, it's a good way to connect.
It certainly is. I don't know if you know this about me, but this is not my scene, so I don't know if I could ever enjoy it. But
No.
your food definitely makes it better, but not great, but better.
It means a lot.
Upon hearing you say that this is not really your scene, Kiva, who's just starting to rouse herself awake, kind of like chuckles under her breath and just sort of like.
Oh my god.
Hey, at least I know
I'm
where I belong.
I'm gonna
It's
take
too
some of
early
it
for this, y'all.
and bring it over to Niall, who I assume is probably still sleeping.
Zonked.
Just wave it under his nose.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing where I just like gently wake him up with like the scent of like cooked meat.
He's like kind of he's like. I killed the dragon. I did. I win. Oh, it smells good. It smells good.
I'll drop kind of a, I don't know if it would be a plate or just a rock with some food on it, a flat rock with some food on it, but I'll kind of hand him that as he wakes up, and I'll say, you did really well yesterday. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Val. Thanks for the food rock.
Anytime. Eat up. We're gonna need you again today.
Yeah, so speaking of, what exactly are we looking for at this Citadel now again? Has things changed?
This feels like a you know it when you see it situation.
So we're
Kiva-
going in there with no plan now?
Kiva,
Sounds like
what are we doing up there?
Well, this is the first time anyone has set foot into the seat of the Celestials, and
Well, second
as
time.
far as
Nah.
this is the second time anyone has set foot into the seat of the Celestials, and for as far as we know, ever. It's tough to know exactly what we might find, but as my Earth friend said over here, we are on the lookout for potential sources of this corruption, of this dissonance, of this noise. We're looking for evidence of what the Circle might have done in their time at the Citadel. If they were successful in any way of stealing or harvesting some of the power. And I'll be honest, selfishly, I just want to learn more about the seat, about these ancient people.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Me 3.
That's the spirit.
I
Quite-
don't
question
care. I
inside
want
what-
this to be over.
Inside voices.
Question for the group. Are we coming back through this village when we leave? Do we know? Is that our plan?
I would make no assumptions about how we will be coming down the mountain. We
Okay.
don't know what's waiting for us, and we don't know when the Circle might be back. So I would say don't count on it, is my
Okay.
short answer.
While we're seated,
Don't
I'm
leave anything.
I'm
here
gonna
that
walk
you
over to
don't-
Niall. I'm gonna walk over to Niall and sit next to him and be like, okay, let me show you how to clean your weapon. I'm gonna assume like he's never really had a rapier. Like he's never really like used a weapon like that before. And so I'm gonna like walk him through, since he was attacking the dragons, probably just like how to properly clean it to make sure that he has that skill set to be able to take care of his mother's weapon.
All right. He excitedly listens, especially you, Violet. He's always looked up to you a little bit in particular as this person that has like brought him into this world of kind of like finding stuff, and like you trusted him to be a contact in Scarport, so he eagerly absorbs the knowledge that you impart, and he especially like knowing that it is now tied to this weapon that he has such a deep connection with now. And he kind of looks at it and he says, so I think she had a name for this sword. I can't remember what it was called. I didn't really pay attention as much as I should have, but I named it.
Oh God, let's hear
What
it.
is it? What's her name?
Well, Ma was a water ganassi, and I'm an ice ganassi. The two forms of water. And so I named the sword Flashpoint. The point when water boils and becomes steam. And it's the point I think Ma was always trying to push me towards. To change. Anyways, I thought it was kind of
A
cool.
strong name.
I like it.
That's actually really good.
Oh,
Good name.
oh, thanks.
Good name.
Incredibly insightful. I think she would be proud.
she would like it.
Thanks, guys.
I'm going to like very, very quickly, because I don't like to be or like touch. I'm just gonna very quickly like touch Niall's shoulder and just be like, but you can tell I'm like very uncomfortable. Just like give him like the acknowledgement of like, you did good, kid.
It's very cold.
Yeah, it is. And sit back down.
Okay. All right. So here at this point, I kind of want to check in with the group a little bit because it's 10 o'clock here and we're about to start kind of like a trek up to the Citadel. Are we okay with maybe pausing slightly earlier than our 3-hour mark,
I think that's a decent.
so we
Yeah.
can like dive into the trek next week since it's just a week
We
between
got
sessions.
2 weeks in a row. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I feel like that
Sounds
works
good.
overall.
It's a good break.
So.
Chop rock.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and shut off that blizzard. And
I was getting cold just listening to that. I was like, I know, I was getting really chilly.
Freezing.
Good thing I have a fire going behind me, guys.
you idiot. You
The
idiot.
hearth.
It unfortunately is not captured by the stream, which is sad. But
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
But anyway,
bummer.
hey, another great session with the Homebrew Advantage crew.
another one.
All right, and we'll be back. That's the one. And we'll be back in just 1 week's time now to continue this story. So, until next time, take care.
We love you.
Good night.